is a voiceover video. If you feel uncomfortable, then you can mute it. It's a boy-and-boy fan fiction. If you're homophobic, kindly leave. The names, characters, events, and incidents portrayed in this story, even those are based on real people, are fictional. It has nothing to do with any idol or their real life. So don't take it serious. And if I do any mistake in voiceover, then please forgive me. Jimin point of view. Here I am standing outside of the operation theater. I didn't waste any second and somehow carried him here in the hospital. Doctors took him in the operation theater, and here I am feeling so numb, so impatient to look at him. I was waiting when I saw Hobie Young and Jungkook came. I called them when I was on my way here. They ran towards me. Jimin, what happened? What happened to him? I don't know. I don't know. I was just waiting for him in another room for his massage session, and when he didn't come, I went in his room and I found him laying on the floor with so much blood. I don't know what should I do. Jimin was crying nasally, making Hobie and Jungkook more tense. Jungkook then hugged him immediately and kissed his back to make him calm. It's okay, Jimin. He'll be fine. Don't worry. What doctor said? They didn't say anything wrong. They took him in the operation theater. It's okay, Jimina. Shh, don't cry like this. Nothing will happen to him. After almost 20 minutes. Shh, Jimina, stop crying now. I said he'll be fine. It's all my fault. I should have looked after him more carefully. It's not your fault, Jimin. Jungkook couldn't understand what he should do to make Jimin calm. Then one person came in his mind. He asked Hobie to sit beside Jimin, whose eyes were on the OT room. Hobie sat beside him and started consoling him. Jungkook came aside and dialed a number, hoping him to pick it up. After a few bells, he answered. Hello, who is there? Mr. Kim Taeyong, it's John Jungkook here. Mr. John, but why did you call at this hour and how did you get my number? It's not important now, Mr. Kim. I called you because I'm in hospital. Hospital? What happened to you? Are you alright? Anya, nothing happened to me. I'm here with Jimin. Jimin? What happened to him? Is he alright? Let me at least explain, Mr. Kim. Then Jungkook told him what happened. Jimin is crying non-stop. I don't know how to calm him down. Just you came in my mind. I called you. I'm coming right now. Send me the location. Taeyong immediately cut the call and Jungkook sighed and sent him the location. Taeyong didn't waste time and immediately rushed out of his house towards the location Jungkook sent him. He reached in the hospital and ran towards the direction where Jimin and others were sitting. He reached and saw Jimin crying like a kid and Hobie and Jungkook are trying to make him calm. As Jungkook saw Taeyong, he stood up leaving the seat for him to sit beside Jimin and cupped his face to make him look at him. Jimmy, why are you crying? He immediately hugged him and Jimin burst more into tears while hugging him. On the other side, Hobie got totally confused seeing Taeyong there and he stood up. Everything will be fine, Jimina. Don't panic. Nothing will happen to him, he said in his calm, soothing voice while kissing Jimin's back. It was seeming like he was giving Jimin some kind of energy. Jungkook looked at them both with his lost yet admiring eyes. This is the first time he is witnessing Taeyong's soft, kind and genuine side, which he hides from everyone. He doesn't know why he is feeling to have this side of Taeyong towards him. He came out of his thoughts when Hobie tapped on his shoulder. Jungkook knew what Hobie is going to ask him, so he said, "They are brothers, Young." What? He is Mr. Kim's younger sibling, but only a few people know about this. Oh, then how he came to know about it? I told him. I know he can calm him down. See, he already stopped crying. You did right. I'm going to the bill counter. You stay here, okay? Okay, Young. One more thing. Don't tell Vine about this for now. She will get panicked. Yes, Young. Here, Taeyong is continuously blowing soothing words in Jimin's ear. Jimin is not crying, but still hugging Taeyong. Then the doctor came out of the OT. Jungkook immediately rushed towards the doctors and asked, "Doctor, how's my Young now? Is he alright? Seeing them, Jimin and Thayoung also stood up. He's alright, Mr. John. Thank God he didn't lose much blood. Can I meet him, doctor? We need to shift him in another room, Dr. Park. He's still unconscious but will get wake up by morning. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. It's our job, Dr. Park. Excuse us, please. He said and left. After 15 minutes, they all come inside and see Yoongi's unconscious body on the bed with a huge bandage on his forehead. Jimin walks closer to him and sighs in relief, but still his eyes are numb like he will shed tears any time. Don't you dare to cry again. He's all fine now. Did you hear what doctor said, didn't you? I did, and thanks for coming this late for me. Do you want to die? He says, making Jimin chuckle. In meantime, Hobie also comes there. Thank God he is alright. Only one person can stay here, so I will stay. You all should go. No, Young. Nuna must need you. You should go. Then I'll stay with Young. You should also go, Hobie. I'll stay with him. After all, I'm his doctor. It's my responsibility. Doctor, who was crying messily a few minutes ago. He says while rolling his eyes and scoffs when Jimin hits on his arm. That's because I was scared. Now you should also go. It's already so late. Take care of yourself and your cat. He whispers the last sentence in Jimin's ear while hugging him. You also. Jungkook, can you please also drop Thayoung to his apartment? Thayoung and Jungkook both look at each other and Thayoung says, It's okay, I'll go by myself. It's dangerous for you to go alone. Moreover, you're working with Jungkook now, so it's not a big deal, right? Thayoung doesn't say anything, just looks at Jungkook. He knows that Jimin is doing it on purpose. Mr. Kim, we should leave, I guess, now. Yes. They both leave when Jimin said, You should also go, Young. Thanks for coming. I should thank you instead. You saved my friend's life. He is just not your friend, but my responsibility now. He says while looking at Yoongi's unconscious figure. Hobie can see every emotion in Jimin's eyes glittering for Yoongi. He smiles and says, I'm glad Jungkook recommended you to take care of him. I'm also glad. He's such a baby and stupid also. Baby or your baby? It's clearly shown in your eyes. I don't even need to ask you. I'm leaving now. If you need anything, then call me anytime. And take care. You too take care. Drive slowly. I'll come tomorrow. Hobie also leaves from there. Jimin looks at Yoongi again and walks closer to him. He puts his hand on his forehead and kisses it softly. Okay, how can you make me worried like this? I thought I just lost my soul when I saw you in that condition. He places a soft kiss on his forehead. Should I just keep on ignoring my feelings or... I have no idea, Yoongi, but you are making me feel it. You are making my heart beat for you. Will it be my mistake to let my heart beat? By this side, Taeko. Jungkook and Thayoung are sitting beside each other. Though Thayoung came in his car, but now he is going back with Jungkook in his car only because of Jimin. He knows that Jimin didn't want him to go alone at this late night. Moreover, he wanted them both to go together. None of them is saying anything, just minding their own business. But then Jungkook said, breaking the silence, Thank you so much, Mr. Kim, for coming this late. It's okay, he's my brother, so there's nothing to thank him. I was just worried, that's why I called you. And about your contact number, I asked your manager to give me that. Don't worry, I'm not gonna disturb you, Mr. Kim. It's okay, and you can call me by my name instead of my surname. Huh? And I'm sorry for my behavior earlier. I didn't mean to hurt you that way. Let's just leave what happened already. Thanks for calling me in this situation. I really got worried when you told me that Jimin is in hospital. You did for me too. You both have such a strong bonding. We are together since childhood, though he's older than I, but he always treated me like a best friend. He always gets so worried whenever he sees someone in trouble who is close to his heart. Means Yoongi Hyung is close to his heart? I actually don't know, but the way he was crying and blaming himself showed that he really cares about him. I can guess some things because we are like soulmates. So you believe in soulmates? Yes, I do. Don't you? Don't know. Maybe not. Why? Like you don't believe in love? Jungkook says while glancing at Taeyong, who is already looking at him. But deep down, Jungkook knows that Taeyong do believe in love. It's just he is hiding and running away from his own feelings. They reach in front of the building, then Jungkook pulls the brake. Taeyong comes outside of the car and looks at him. Thank you, Mr. Jung. Jungkook nods with a smile. Let's grab some coffee inside. Jungkook gets surprised because of that unexpected offer from Taeyong. He doesn't know if he should accept the offer or not. He will sound so easy if he get agree. But if he doesn't, then he will sound rude. Finally he says, it's already late, Mr. Kim. I want to apologize and thank you sincerely, Mr. Jung. Just call me Jungkook and I already forgive you. Then we can have a friendly coffee? He says with a soft smile. And the first time ever Jungkook sees him smiling like this. He too smiles in return with a nod. He parks the car in parking area and follows Taeyong. They both reach inside and Taeyong asks Jungkook to sit on the couch. Just then, a cute fluffy little creature comes running towards couch and jumps in Jungkook's lap. Jungkook gets taken aback by that sudden encounter. Taeyong also looks at them and immediately steps towards them. Yeontan, come to Appa. He's about to pick him up in his arms, but Yeontan snuggles into Jungkook's lap, making Jungkook chuckle. Be a good boy and come to Appa. It's okay, Taeyong. Seems like he's comfortable here. He says while caressing Yeontan's fluffy fur. Yeontan barks and licks Jungkook's face. I'm really sorry on behalf of him. It's okay. I guess he likes me. Right, Yeontan? Yeontan again barks and lays on Jungkook's lap. Let me bring some coffee. He says and leads towards kitchen counter. Jungkook looks around when his eyes fall on a photograph beside the couch hanging on the wall. He carefully looks at the photo. Just then, Taeyong comes there with the coffee. He places the tray on the table and notices that Jungkook is looking at the picture. It's Namjoon Hyung's picture while receiving his graduation degree. He speaks, making Jungkook realize that he was staring at the picture. I clicked it when Jimin and I went to give him a surprise on that special day. Oh, he did his graduation from Seoul National University. He was always a bright student. It was his dream to get admission in that university. And after a lot of hard work, he got scholarship. And you? He asked while sipping his coffee. I was not as smart as him. I wonder if Namjoon Hyung knew Jin Hyung, because Jin Hyung also did his graduation from the same university. I actually don't know about it, but I never heard about Hyung from his mouth. And what about you? He asked not to talk about Jin and Namjoon. I was kind of bright in studies. It must be offended if I praise myself. No doubt you are the owner of a genius mind. Didn't expect you to praise me. I'm not praising, it's the truth. Next day, Yoongi's eyes get open slowly and he observes around and found it's a hospital room. He frowns when he remembers that he was in his room last night, and then some scene flashes in his mind. He moves his body a little and feels someone's presence beside him. He turns his gaze and sees Jimin beside his bed, sitting on a chair sleeping while putting his head on the bed near his hands. He tries to get up, making Jimin wake up. Jimin hurriedly gets up and looks at Yoongi. Mr. Min, you wake up? He helps Yoongi to sit on the bed. properly and looks at him with his worried eyes. Are you okay, Mr. Min? Is it hurting? Are you feeling hungry? I'm okay. How did you end up like that, Mr. Min? Do you even know how much tense I got seeing you like that? Your head was bleeding. What were you doing, huh? How can you be so careless? He says, almost tearing up. Yoongi just looks at him lovingly, because he's looking so cute like a child. He's complaining to his mother. Before he can say further, Yoongi pulls him into a tight hug. Jimin gets shocked because of that sudden pull, but he also hugs him, snuggling in his neck. Yoongi pats his back slowly and speaks.
I was just trying to stand on my foot. I didn't know it could happen.
And who the hell told you to stand on your foot by your own Yoongi? He sees Bhal breaking the hug, looking at him with his disappointed yet worried gaze. Couldn't you ask me? I was always there for you every time. Then why you didn't ask me?
I'm sorry.
What sorry, huh? Do you even know how much worried I was? You stupid idiot. Felt like I will die. You'll not wake up. He utters, almost bursting out. Then his tears made their way to flow down his fluffy cheeks. He again hugs Yoongi without realizing what he is doing and saying. His emotions take control over his head. He is just uttering, but his heart is asking. After a few minutes, Jimin pulls out slowly, realizing that he is hugging him. He looks down and says, I'm sorry. I was just worried and couldn't control. I'm sorry for behaving like this.
Are you sorry for hugging me, talking like this, calling me by my name? I'm not angry at all. I won't mind if you call me by my name.
As he says, Jimin looks up at him immediately with his innocent eyes like confirming what he just heard. Yoongi smiles, giving him short teeth. Jimin too smiles back. I guess you must be hungry. It's already 8 a.m. As he says, the door gets opened, revealing Hobie with his sunshine smile. Must be hungry, right? Hobie, huh?
Hobie?
Are you feeling better now?
Yes.
Hobie walks inside and places some bags on the table, then comes near Yoongi and hits on his arm, making him whimper in the sensation.
Ouch! Why did you hit me?
What were you doing, you stupid cat? Were you trying to explore your room like a curious cat? He says when Yoongi makes his iconic face and Jimin chuckles. Do you enjoy making us worried about you, huh? You will know how much Jimin was worried. He was about to say, but Jimin interrupts him. Hyung, leave that. We should eat something before. He says while smiling nervously, making Hobie frown. He gets that. Jimin doesn't want Yoongi to know that he cried. Okay, I have both toothbrushes for you. First brush, then have it. I'm leaving now.
Want to eat?
I already ate. Now I'm leaving. Jimin, I'll come at the evening. He says while walking towards the door. Enjoy it. Then Jimin and Yoongi both brush their teeth, and Jimin serves the food with them both. He almost takes in the bowl, then sees Yoongi didn't move. He is just looking at the food. What happened? Why are you not eating?
Nothing.
He says and moves his hand to pick up the spoon, but his hands are shaking. The spoon falls on the bowl again. When he tries to pick it up, Jimin notices it and puts his bowl aside. He picks up Yoongi's bowl while standing up beside the bed. Let me feed you.
Anu, I'll eat by myself.
Your both hands are swollen because of these needles. Let me do it.
But...
Just think I'm your mother.
What?
If you want, I can act like a mother.
Hachima, though you are good at acting, but still don't do.
How do you know I'm good at acting?
Did you forget that day in grocery store?
I'm sorry for that day. Now open your mouth. He says while spooning in front of Yoongi. He opens his mouth and Jimin feeds him. Time skip. Jimin is helping Yoongi to do hand exercises. Then the doctor comes. Mr. Min, you woke up. How are you feeling?
It's good, doctor.
I guessed you must be hungry. Nurse will provide food for you both. Anion, doctor, we already ate. Oh, that's good, but you shouldn't give him outside food. It's against hospital rules. I know, doctor, but as I'm his personal trainer now, so can I make him food by my own? Well, it's against the rules, but as you are his doctor, so you can. Thank you, doctor. The doctor does a quick checkup on Yoongi and leaves. As he leaves, Jimin too follows him and stops him to talk. Dr. Kim? He says when the doctor stops and looks at Jimin. Yes, Dr. Park. I wanted to ask when he will get discharged. If you want, we can discharge him now, but the thing is, he needs rest for some days. As you know, he's a CEO and has a lot of work, but in this condition, we will advise him to rest for 1 week at least. And if not 1 week, then at least for 5 days. Okay, doctor. One more thing. Will this injury affect his mind or his condition? No, Dr. Park. It could be dangerous if he would have lost a lot of blood. It's not that major, but he needs rest. He will be fine soon. Okay, Dr. Kim. Thank you so much. Then Jimin again went inside the room where Yoongi was sitting on the bed.
When will I get discharged?
After 5 days.
What? Are you kidding me? I need
You
to.
should have thought before doing something stupid like this, Mr. Min. Now you will have to stay here.
But
I know, your work, right? For some days, Mr. Han can handle your work. He is most trusted person, right?
yes.
Then you should talk to him.
But my phone?
Here, use mine. He says while taking out his phone in front of Yoongi. Then Yoongi calls Mr. Han and talks to him. After talking for a while, he hangs up the call. He looks at Jimin and says,
Jimin?
Yes,
Can you bring my laptop here?
that you can work from here. Sorry, but I will not. And dare to think about any work. You will do rest and only rest. On the other side, Hang is sitting in his dressing room reading a magazine. The door gets open when he finds Namjoon entering there. He keeps the magazine aside and shifted his gaze on his brother. Namjoon sits in front of him with his serious face. Fashion week is near, but this time you and Mr. John will do it together. I want you to be ready for that too. And there will be a meeting about our next project with John. Okay, Hyung. Did you hear about Mr. Min? He went into an accident. Oh yes, Mr. John called me last night saying that he needs my help because Jimin was not in a good condition. What happened to him? Is he also injured? Ania, nothing happened to him, Young. He was just crying, so I went there. But he texted me some minutes ago that everything is alright now. He was crying. He was worried, so he already caught feelings for Mr. Min, right? He asked, looking straight in Thayoung's eyes. Namjoon sighs while standing up from there. He's about to walk away when Thayoung stops him. Are you upset about it, Young? Maybe, he says, looking blankly at the wall. Why? Are you upset because Mr. Min is handicapped? That could be a reason, but that's not. Then what? I know what can be the consequences if the both get into relation. I'm just worried about my Jimin. So, will you not accept if they get into any relation? Will he himself be able to? You should not think about it. Concentrate on your work. I'll talk to him later. He says and walks out of there when Thayoung just sighs. He knows how much Namjoon cares for Jimin. Time skip at evening. Jungkook steps inside his house and sees his parents sitting there with Jin and Ryan. Ryan is talking to Mrs. and Mr. John and Jin is sitting aside using his phone. He walks towards them and greets someone. Kokia, my baby, you must be tired, right? Yes, Oma. Let me bring you something to eat. She says and leaves. Jungkook then gazes at Jin, who is stealing his phone. Young, are you planning to stay at home all day? Why didn't you go to meet Thayoung today? Thayoung. I mean, Mr. Min. You should have met him. And tomorrow you'll have to go for a meeting about our second project with them. I'll go. I'm going to sleep. I need to go on a date tomorrow. he says while standing up, and they all look at Jim like they saw any ghost, and they all exclaim, "Date? With whom? Are you going on a date? With whom, and why didn't you tell us before?" She says shockingly while placing the food tray on the table. "Why you are all reacting like this? When I wasn't ready to go on any date, you used to force me, and now when I'm ready, you are reacting like this. What's your problem?" It's not like that, son. You should at least tell who is the guy." "It's a girl." What? A girl? Any problem?" Anya. Then Jim leaves from there in his room. They all look at each other in disbelief. Mrs. and Mr. John looks at Jungkook when he says, "Amma, Appa, I want to talk to you about something. Please come with me," he says, and also leaves in his room. Mr. and Mrs. John also walks behind him. Here Vine is left all alone, dumbfounded. She again sits there while sighing deeply. Everything around her is all a mess, her own life also. She came here yesterday morning because her mood is off due to that party incident. She knows that Hobie was worried, but she didn't feel good how Hobie said all those things. She is missing him badly, his smile, how he kisses her belly and makes her favorite food even after coming from his office. She again sighs and stands to go when doorbell rings. She frowns, thinking, who can it be at this time? She comes towards the door and opens it and finds someone standing there with a bouquet covering his face. But it's not a flower bouquet, there are chocolates inside it. Vine understood who that man is. She smiles internally but makes her cold face and says, "Why are you here, Mr. Jung?" "Because I wanted to meet my wife. I wanted to tell her that I'm sorry. I'm really missing her a lot and cannot live without her." "And why are you sorry?" "Because I busted out on her really badly. And here I am to ask for her forgiveness and accept my love and these chocolates as a gift. I'm sorry," he says while looking at Vine. She smiles widely and hugs him tightly. Hobie too embraces her into his arms and kisses on her cheeks. "Are you planning to make me stand here all night, Mrs. Jung?" "Anya, come, I want to cuddle with you," she says while dragging him inside. On the other side, Jim's point of view. "I came in my room and dropped myself on the bed. I didn't go out anywhere for 2 days. I'm just thinking what I should do now. I don't know how I'll face him now. I was literally drunk and I still remember things I did that night. I'm not regretting kissing him, but I'm regretting because I did that when I was drunk. I'll have to face him. I'm not sure if I should apologize or not. Did I force him that night? I cannot even sleep thinking about those things. I messed up the things which were already messed. I cannot get why his eyes speaks the opposite of what he says. Or is it just my imagination? But if he really doesn't feel anything, I'm holding these feelings for more than 7 years and still I cannot get over. Next day, Jim wakes up and comes downstairs after getting ready. He sees everyone sitting there on the couch, having a nice talk. He too walks there and sits. "Morning, everyone." "Good morning." "Hobie, when did you come?" "Last night, young." "Okay. Have your breakfast here, Joseph." "Honey, Appa. We'll just leave now. We need to go to hospital." "Vine already had a monthly checkup. Then why again?" "We are going to meet Yoongi, Appa." "Yoongi? What happened to him?" "Don't you know, Young?" He tells Jin about Yoongi's accident. "Why the hell nobody told me?" "You will know when you will be on your own earth." "What did you say?" "I mean, you didn't ask about him." "Will I dream that he had an accident?" "Enough of you two. Hobie, I'll also go with you." "Will you not go on that date today?" "I'll go at evening, not now." "Are you going on a date, Young? With whom?" "Someone you don't know." "Would you go to meet your beloved nephew, Appa?" "We already have visited him." Means it's just me who didn't know about it. After that, they three left towards the hospital. They walk towards the room where Yoongi is admitted and stop at the door when they see Jimin is feeding Yoongi. They all look at each other, then their lips curves up into a smile. Hobie slowly opens the door without them noticing and clicks some photos. Now Jimin wipes Yoongi's mouth and put the ball aside on the table. Then Hobie knocks on the door, which is already open, and they all enter inside. Seeing them all, Yoongi smiles.
Jin Hyung,
How are you feeling now?
I'm all fine. How are you both?
We are fine. Here, your favorite tangerine. She says while putting the packet aside on the table. Seems like Jimin is taking care of you really well. I guess you don't need us now, right? Ania. I'm just his doctor and you're his family. Of course he needs you all. Just a doctor. He asks while straight looking in Jimin's eyes when Jimin glances at Yoongi and then looks away. He knows that the things between them are not like that, not even like friends. It's something else he doesn't want to show. But his words somewhere hurt Yoongi. But he cannot say anything as he knows that it's really complicated to explain. Though he is Jimin's patient, but what he feels for him is different. Hobie Young, I need to talk to you something. Please come outside with me. He sees and walks out of there. You'll have a talk? I'm going. He also steps out behind Jimin. They both come towards the empty corridor. Then Hobie asks him, What do you want to talk, Jimin? Young, I want to know if you find out where is Dr. Lee now. That's really weird, Jimin. I tried to know and came to know that he's retired and went abroad. I really cannot understand. It's so simple, Young. It's not a coincidence that he left the country. There must be something he knows and he left before anyone can know anything. I guess so. One more thing I want to know, Young. Go ahead. Actually, I want to ask about Mr. Shin Min-jin. I know he is your brother and it's your personal matter, but it's bothering me. When I came to know that he is also Yoongi's brother, I didn't mind that, but when we again encountered, and I felt something weird about him. If you don't mind, can you please tell me what's exactly your and Yoongi's relation with him? I don't know. What should I tell you? What do you mean? Injun is my stepbrother and also Yoongi's cousin brother. What? Your stepbrother? Not actually. He's not my father's child. His mother married my father when her husband died. Then, how is he Yoongi's cousin? Yoongi's uncle, Min Do-yeon, was her first husband. When he died, Mrs. Shin trapped my father like she trapped him. Oh, so he's Yoongi's uncle's son. Not actually. What? He becomes more confused. 2 years before Yoongi's accident, his uncle Min Do-yeon died in an accident. Yoongi's grandpa wanted to give the equal shares and property to both his grandsons, but Minjun's DNA didn't match with Mr. Min. It came out that he's not his son, so he was not eligible for that property, and all the property named on Yoongi's name, but Yoongi's father gave them some shares in the company. Mrs. Shin trapped my father to marry her, and she was succeeded. I knew what her intentions were, only to get the property. I was abroad when I came to know that my father committed suicide, but only I knew that he cannot do that. I don't know what had happened, but I know that it was her plan. Maybe she planned all the things with her boyfriend. Boyfriend? Yes, maybe Minjun is his son. Who is her boyfriend? Don't know. Does Minjun know about it? Of course he knows. On the other side, are you hiding something, Yoongi?
What?
The changes in your behavior are clearly indicating that you want him beside you.
There's nothing like that,
We can see, Opa. Him feeding you by his own hands and you eating comfortably.
It's because my hands are swollen.
Yes, we can understand. Ryan peels a tangerine and stuffs his mouth with some pieces. Yoongi shockingly looks at Ryan. See, this is how you react when we feed you with our hands. he says and also stuffs a piece in Yoongi's mouth. Time skip. Jin enters inside the meeting hall with his manager. This meeting is scheduled in Beer Wing. He greets everyone and sits on the chair beside Hani. His eyes meet with Namjoon, who instantly looks away. The meeting starts and they discuss about the new project. Everyone shares their ideas what can more impressive and attractive. The meeting ends smoothly and everyone starts to leave. Namjoon is about to go, then Jin holds his hand to stop him. I want to talk with you. There's nothing to talk. Please leave my hand. He says, still back facing him, but Jin doesn't leave his hand. I want to say sorry. Sorry for what? Sorry for that night. You don't need to. That was nothing. Nothing? Maybe that was nothing for you, but I mean that even if I was wrong, I don't care, and you should stop these things already. Do you think I'm not trying? For your kind information, I'm going on a date today. Date? Yes, date. Because I don't want to waste my feelings for a person like you, who doesn't even care. Maybe this will be good, right? He says and walks from there, leaving Namjoon in a numb condition. Namjoon then walks out of the company towards his apartment. Namjoon point of view. I felt so numb all of a sudden, hearing that he's going on a date. This is the worst feeling I'm having right now. I don't even have that courage to stop him doing this. What will I say? I know I cannot confess even if I want so badly. And I cannot even tell him the truth, and that too only because I love him. It can make the situation even more worse. I know I'm hurting him, but that's for his sake. I'm also getting hurt, but cannot tell him. I wish that day I would have never met your parents. Maybe, and I could confess. But could that change the fact that I was poor? Even now I'm rich, I cannot change that. Your parents will never accept me. Yes, Jin, your parents. That day, as always, I was waiting for you to come to my house, but instead I got another surprise. Your parents. Flashback, Namjoon's point of view. Here I'm waiting for that stupid to come to my house because we have a lot of work to do. He's late as always. I've already prepared all the things we need for the project. I haven't made coffee for us both and also his favorite snacks. I don't know for how long I'll be able to keep my feelings secret. Always I see him, I feel so nervous. I literally got afraid whenever I think of confessing him. After all, he's the heartthrob of our college. But more than that, he's my best friend. That freaks me out. The fear of rejection and losing our friendship always takes over me. I was about to open the book but heard the doorbell. I guess he came. I stood up from the couch and went towards the door to open it. As I opened, I saw a lady and a man standing there. Seems like they're a couple and co-street. Then the man spoke. Kim Namjoon? Yes. Do I know you, sir? You are Jin's best friend, right? How do you know him? He is our son. The man spoke, then Namjoon realized that they are Jin's parents. He immediately bowed towards them. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Please come inside. He led them in and asked them to sit on the sofa. Before that, Namjoon collected all the books and put them aside. Let me break, don't have much time for that. Sit here, we wanna talk. As he said, Namjoon sat in front of them. Kim Namjoon, your age is 22 and got admission in university through scholarship. Good in studies, has a younger brother, lost your parents in childhood, right? Namjoon looked at him confusedly. Why are you telling me this, sir? I'm telling you because I'm reminding you who you are. What do you mean, sir? Do you know Jin is a billionaire? Of course you know, right? Yes, but we want you to break your friendship with him. What? Why? See, Namjoon, his future is bright, but if you stay with you, he'll get more attached to you and we don't want that. We want the best for him. We know you are not in any relationship and also we don't want that. Namjoon felt so hurt because of this statement. He is my friend and I will not break our friendship just because of this. If you want, you can tell him to break it. He seems mature, but he is not. Do you want to see him in any trouble? I guess no. If you want to see him happy, then better you stay away from him. It's just about 3 months. And after that, we'll send him abroad. Namjoon didn't say anything, just looked at Mr. John. You also have a younger brother, right? You have his responsibility. We can pay you as much as you want. Just, you have to stay away from Jim. Enough. Do you think I'm a gold digger? You assumed it really wrong. If you want me to stay away from him, then I will. Now please leave before he comes. Flashback end. Namjoon point of view. I just want to see you happy. I know I'm hurting you, but do I have another option? It's hurting me more. I hope it ends soon. I wish the person you'll choose takes care of you and raises you. Time skip. Almost 1 week passes, and they already started working for the second project. It's going good. Here so many things changed between Jungkook and Taeyeon. Though they just talk normally and rarely, but slowly they started understanding each other. They talk less, but whenever they talk, they both feel comfortable with each other. And Namjoon? After that day, Jin didn't approach Namjoon, nor he looked at him whenever he was around. He wasn't ignoring him, but trying to make himself understand that he should just move on. But his heart wants only Namjoon. Somewhere he feels frustrated because of these things. He just wanted to end soon. And on the other side, Yoongi was discharged from hospital 2 days ago and now staying at home. Jimin always stays closer to him after that incident. Yoongi feels so good because of Jimin's care. Their bondings are becoming stronger by time. They both accepted that they are in love, but no one wants to confess against this. There are still some things which are stopping them. It's Sunday today and Jungkook rushes inside Namjoon's cabin knocking on the door. There isn't much work today, so everyone is almost free. Namjoon is sitting on his chair and Taeyeon in front of him. Jungkook greets them both and sits against Namjoon beside Taeyeon. What took you here, Jungkook? It's something important, Young. Jungkook calls Namjoon Young when they are alone. Same goes to Namjoon. He calls him by his name. What's so important? It's about Let Lead Productions. Some days ago, when we started this deal, they came in my office to promote their product. They want us to feature our models with their product. Since they wanted me to promote, so I just wanted to ask you about it. Means they want Taeyeon and Jin together to promote. Yes, and for that, I want you to go there with Jin Young. I know I'm telling you all of a sudden, but why with him? I mean, as a CEO, you should be there, right? I know, Young, but Jin Young also can handle it. He's a model, Jungkook. I know, he studied business, Young. He knows very well how to handle. Don't worry. Moreover, you'll be there with him. I know he studied business, and I'm well known of his capabilities, but the situation between us is really awkward now. Did you talk to him about it? Yes, he said he'll go. Okay, but actually the thing is, Taeyeon needs to go somewhere and he wanted me to go there with him. It's okay, Young, I'll go alone. Jungkook, if you're available then can you go with him? Jungkook looks at Taeyeon. It's okay, Young, I don't have any problem, Young. Good then. I'm sending you the address where the meeting is going to be held. You just need to pick Jin Young on your way. It's a bit far. It's okay. Then Namjoon left on his way as well as Taekook. Here, Taekook sat beside each other in the car. Didn't your driver come today? It's Sunday and everyone needs at least 1 day to rest, right? Taeyeon nodded in agreement with a smile. Jungkook started the car while asking, so, where we need to head to? To the orphanage. Orphanage? But why? Is there any event? I just want to visit. Jimin didn't ask further and drove off towards the orphanage. On the other side, here Namjoon stopped his car in front of Jin's house. Jungkook asked him to pick him up from here. He never came here before, so he hesitantly rang the bell, and a servant opened the door. The servant let him in and asked him to follow. As they walked, Jin's parents' eyes went on him. He bowed towards them. Mr. Kim? Oh, you must be here to take Jin with you. Wait here, I'm gonna call him. It's okay, Mr. John. We are not late for the meeting anyway. Well, how's going the new project? We are working, Mr. John. Hard work always pays off. True though. Well, Mr. Kim, where is Jungkook? I mean, he went to your office. Oh, actually he went with Kimbi for a work as Jungkook asked me to come here. Oh, well, we heard that Kimbi is your younger brother. Yes, maybe you already knew about him, but don't worry, my brother isn't that kind of person. It's not like that, Mr. Kim. Well, is he into men? She asked hesitatingly when Namjoon speaks. He is, but don't worry about your son. They don't like each other that much. I didn't mean that. Awkward silence spread there in between them because of this untitled conversation. A voice broke that silence and they looked at Jin, who came there with his as usual charm on his face. But his smile fell instantly when he spotted Namjoon there. He ignores him and says, "Where is Cookie?" He asked, "We are going to meet some clients. Mr. John asked me to take you with me." "That bunny sent you to take me." "Jin, he came for work here. You should not behave this way." "I know how to behave, but I don't want to go with him anymore." "It's for work, Jin. You should." "It's okay, Mr. John. If he isn't feeling like coming, then better not to force, even if it's about work. I'll talk to Mr. John," he says with a straight face and bows towards them while standing up and walks out. He walks out of the house like nothing happened, but deep down, Jin's behavior hurt him. No matter if he shows it or not, but it hurts him when Jin behaves rude towards him. But he never complains about it as he accepted the fate that they can never be together or not even in any good terms. He sits in the car and starts the engine when all of a sudden someone opens the door and comes inside. He looks beside and finds Jin, who sits there making weird faces. "What are you doing here?" "Cannot you see? Going with you." "But someone said a while ago that he doesn't want to go with me anymore." "I don't want to, but my parents do. Can you please drive now?" Namjoon internally chuckles when Jin rolls his eyes to other side. He still does the same things as he used to do when they were best friends. But Namjoon is confused why Jin's parents are doing it. They never liked him being with their son, then why all of a sudden they started doing it? He was lost in his thoughts while driving when Jin said, "You are still so boring." "Huh? What I did to make you bored? So you did anything so that I can enjoy? Do I look like a joker to you? You can simply turn the music on," he exclaims irritatedly, making Namjoon chuckle clearly, and he turns the music on. On the other side, Yunmin. "Are you ready?" "Let's go then."
Jimin?
Jimin looks back at him when he continues.
As we are free today, can we go to have our lunch outside? I mean, if you say so."
"Sounds good." He nods with a smile, and they leave from there for Yoongi's therapy session. Here, Taekook reached at the orphanage and went inside. The manager came there as he heard about them coming. "Mr. Kim." "Hello, Mr. Yoon. I hope I didn't disturb your work." "Not at all, Mr. Kim. It's actually nice to see you." "Oh, well, I'm not alone. Mr. John Jungkook, the CEO of Your Wings, is also here with me today." "Oh, hello, Mr. John. I've heard a lot about you in news. I'm glad to see you in person, Mr. John." "You too, Mr. Yoon." They shook hands with positive smiles on their faces. "Can I be excused for a while, Mr. Yoon? I want to meet them." "Sure, Mr. Kim." Having left from there, leaving Mr. Yoon and Jungkook. "Mr. John, please let us serve you for the day. You came for the very first time." Jungkook responded with a smile and followed Mr. Yoon to his office. After a while, Jungkook is having coffee here while talking to Mr. Yoon about their work. I'm pleased to meet a person like you, Mr. Young. You have exceeded expectations. I owe Mr. Kim for this great work, Mr. John. I couldn't do it without their financial support. For how long you are working for this orphanage, Mr. Young? It's been more than 3 years, Mr. John, and for these 3 years, Mr. Kim and his elder brothers are making a way. Whenever we are in need of any kind of medical emergency, Mr. Park helps us, and for financial support, Mr. Kim is always there. Such a down-to-earth person he is. He never shows it on his face. True, Mr. Kim and his elder brother visit this orphanage once in a month, and every month they donate for this orphanage. Not just this, but more orphanages too. But they never shows it off. Time escaped. Here they both sat in the yard of the orphanage where the children were playing. Some of them were disabled, but all are playing together like a family. Forgive me. For what? He gazes at Jungkook. For misjudging you earlier. You are not alone responsible for that. I behaved that way, so I should ask you for forgiveness. We both are at fault. After a few moments of silence, Jungkook asks him, "Can I ask you a question?" Why you behave like that with me? I mean, I saw you talking less with others, but you never behave that way with them. He asked, gazing in his eyes. I don't know, maybe your eyes? My eyes? He says like exploring in Thayoung's eyes, which make him nervous. Jungkook chuckles, finding him nervous. Did you hate my eyes? Huh? Ani, how can someone hate those pretty eyes like... He hurls and internally slaps himself for uttering this. I mean, maybe I was just frustrated. Just then, a kid around 7-8 years approached them. Hyung gives him his wide, boxy smile while holding his hand. Hyung used his hands and asked him something in sign language. That kid too replies with some gestures, making Jungkook frown, and he asks, "What are you doing?" He cannot speak, that's why we are using sign language. Do you know sign language? Not completely, just a little bit of it I can understand. That kid again gestures something which made Thayoung frown, and he gestures asking him what he said. That kid again gestures slowly. Are you and him boyfriend? Hyung looks at Jungkook, who is already looking at him. Hyung's heart thumps louder in his chest because of that question. Ani, we are just friends. He gestures him immediately and gives a nervous smile. You both look great together. That boy again gestures in sign language and runs from there. This left a smile on Thayoung's face, but Jungkook couldn't understand anything. So, do you have any girlfriend? Anio, I never had. Wait, I mean, you have a strong personality, well-built body, money and everything a girl can ask for. What do you think about it? Huh? What does he mean? Of course I have everything. I was kind of famous in college campus for all these things, but I never wanted any relation. Why? Having a girlfriend or a boyfriend is not a biggie. It's about having someone who can calm you, who can make you feel yourself, the one who can accept you for who you are, someone who can bring out the better in you. He said, looking straight, then glances at Thayoung. Leave it. Tell me about you. Do you have anyone? I knew. I couldn't even make friends. Having a relation was too far. Then, what about now? Huh? What does he mean? Am I getting it that way or he... I mean, having a friend? I already have. Who? Jimin. After that, Mo didn't say anything, though Jungkook wanted to, but he thought of not making him uncomfortable with him. Time skipped lunchtime. Yunmin reached at a restaurant. As Yoongi said, it was decent with a good vibe. Jimin held Yoongi sitting there, and two sat in front of him.
Choose whatever you want.
Jimin nods and takes the menu. He feels happy because Yoongi is slowly opening up in front of him, even a little bit. He no longer gives replies as no. It is showing that his efforts are paying off. He is scanning the menu when all of a sudden his eyes fell on two familiar persons. He focuses his gaze on them. They are Taeko. He feels so happy seeing them there. Yoongi too looks at the direction where Jimin is gazing.
Call them.
Huh?
Call them here.
Then Jimin calls them as they weren't far. Taeko too came there and looked surprisedly at them. Jimin hugs them both with a smile. What you two are doing here? It should also be my question. Actually, we came for a work nearby and it's lunchtime already, so we came here. Oh, I thought you came on a date. He murmurs the last sentence, making them both confused. Jimin chuckles nervously. Mr. Min, let me introduce you with my brother, whom you already know. He is Kim Taeyong, aka Kim B, and Taeyong. He is Mr. Min Yoongi, the CEO of Min Industry. Hello, Mr. Min. Finally glad to meet you. I've heard a lot about you from my brother.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Kim.
They shook hands. You are seeming more energetic than before now. They both also settled there beside them as Yoongi asked. They ordered the food and had while chit-chatting. Jungkook and Yoongi didn't talk much as Taeyong and Jimin were talking and laughing all the time. They almost forgot that Jungkook and Yoongi were also there with them, but neither of them complained about it. If Yoongi didn't know that Taeyong was Jimin's brother, he would definitely be jealous of him. After eating, Taeyong and Jimin left towards restroom, leaving them there. So, it's going good, huh?
Better than before.
I'm asking about you too.
Huh? About to who?
You and Jimin. Seems like you like him a lot.
It's nothing like that.
He says looking away. Mr. Park to Jimin. This instant.
Is it wrong in any way? Treating him like a friend isn't that bad.
That's the point.
What does it mean?
Nothing. On the other side, Jimin washed his hands and looked at Taeyong, who was also doing the same. You have changed. Huh? What's with that? Do you like him? What the hell wrong with you? See? You are already blushing. I can say the same. You also like that cat, don't you? I agree with you, but that's complicated. What's complicated? Leave it. I'm asking about you. And it's also complicated. And why so? Want to know who is? John Jungkook, John's younger son. You are still sticking there. Namjoon Young already suffered a lot. I don't want to make him worry. But you cannot run away from your own feelings, right? Come now, we have to go. Both left from there. On the other side, Namjoon reached at the destination and greeted them. The lady in between them held Namjoon's hand tightly, which made Jin pissed, but he forced a smile on his face. I guess we should sit, Miss Cha. Namjoon sensed Jin's burning heart and they sat around the table. After a while, they started showing their presentation. Jin was trying to focus, but that lady in front of him was literally looking at Namjoon like a creep and looking for chances to touch him, which was enough to make Jin irritated. Namjoon already noticed Jin's actions, but he was just waiting for the presentation to end. After that ended, Miss Cha's assistant asked, So, how was it, Mr. Kim and Mr. John? I hope you like this. It's really a good product and it can make a good profit to both the companies and to their models. No doubt it's a good product, Miss Cha. So, can we take it as a yes, Mr. John? I know you'll make a good decision. Of course, Miss Cha. My choice can never be wrong. Namjoon already knew what he was going to say. It will be nice working with you. She shook hands with Jin, who smiled and spoke. It would be nice, Miss Cha, but we cannot work with you. Her smile fell instantly, and she looked at Jin, blinked her eyes to process what he just said. What do you mean, Mr. John? I don't want to make any worse decision, Miss Cha. But what's wrong, Mr. John? You said you liked the product. No doubt your products are good, Nisha, but we want to work on skin products, not skinship. She looked at Namjoon, who fixed his suit and gave a soft smile to them. Mr. Kim, don't you want to share with your perspective? I hope Mr. John cleared everything, Nisha. It was nice meeting you. Now, excuse us, please. They both went out of the restaurant, leaving them dumbfounded. Jin entered inside the car and closed the door with a loud thud, which was clearly showing that he was not in a good mood. Namjoon sat beside him. What a creep she, shameless pig. Jin, you are cursing. Then what I'm supposed to do, Mr. K? She was touching you and you were letting her do. Then why are you bothered? You also went on a date. Did I say anything? And why would you say you don't even care if I went or not? Then why you care? Because He stopped when looked at Namjoon, who was calmly looking at him. I hate you. What would you like to eat? I don't want to eat anything. He looked outside of the window while crossing his arms around his chest. But I do. He started his car and soon stopped in front of a cafe. He went out and looked at Jin, who was still inside the car. Namjoon leaned on the window and knocked him. Mr. John, come and have your lunch. I said I don't want to. I'll not repeat again, Mr. John. If you feel hungry, then I'm inside. He slowly walked and smiled when Jin came out of the car. But suddenly, he felt Jin pull his arm, which made him disbalanced a little, and his back touched the wall behind. Jin bumped into his body, which he secured in his arm. Namjoon blinked his eyes as he felt Jin's body pressed on him. He slowly looked at his eyes and found that beautiful pair of eyes looking at him. He gulped when felt Jin's breath was fanning on his lower lip as they were too close. Namjoon's point of view. I looked in his eyes and again my eyes went on his plumpy pink lips, those I was ignoring for a long time. I'm finding them edible. I really want to taste them and now I'm losing my control. It's really difficult to control my actions now. I almost lost my control, but he backed away instantly. I swear, if he didn't back away, I would definitely have lost it. I'm sorry, I just wanted to call you, but got unbalanced. It's okay, we should go. Then they went inside the cafe and had their lunch. It was already 5 in the evening, as they both got late because of the meeting. Jin is waiting for him to come, who went to pay the bill. He walked towards the exit when he bumped with someone. Oh, I'm really You? The person looked at him and also got shocked. Oh my goodness, Jin, am I seeing things? It's obviously me, Jack. Long time no see. Long time no see, Jin. You became a celebrity, bro, and forgot all your college friends. Shut up, you rat. You never contacted me. So, who went abroad? Me, or was that your ghost? Jin laughed awkwardly as he remembered that he was the one who left country after graduation and couldn't contact any of his friends. By the way, what are you doing here, in this cafe? A celebrity like you? I came here with Namjoon. Namjoon? Are you two dating, bro? Did he confess to you? Confess? What are you talking about? And we are not dating each other. Don't tell me he didn't confess. Can you please say it clearly? I mean, about his feelings. He had a crush on you in college days and he said he'll confess to you, but then all of a sudden he started distancing himself from you. I don't know what's going on, guys. He had feelings for me. He wanted to confess. I mean, yes, and I thought you both passed up when I saw the news of you two working together. I guess I messed up. Please don't get angry on him after knowing he had feelings for you. It's actually good to know, he said, controlling his anger. I didn't know he has feelings for me. Did I say something wrong I shouldn't? Namjoon will kill me for sure. He was cursing himself internally when Namjoon approached them. He was also surprised to see Jack there. Jack? Jackson Wang. Oh my god, long time no see, buddy. How are you? He hugged him when Jack whispered, I guess I messed up something, bro. Please forgive me. What are you saying, Jack? He broke the hug and confusedly looked at him. I gotta go now, guys. Take care. He said and walked from there, making Namjoon confused. What was with him? He said, looking at Jack's disappearing figure while shaking his head, then gazed at Jin, who was standing there while crossing his arms over his chest. So, might you explain something, Mr. Kim? What? You had feelings for me in college days.